Hello, everyone. I'm Marlene Sharp. I am part of Autism and Entertainment. I work on PR and marketing
You
and
just proved his
community
point.
outreach. And the first introduction is to Autism and Entertainment. So some of you might be here for the first time. I think Ashley is. She's one of our presenters, and it's her first time with Autism and Entertainment. So we are a nonprofit organization and we really concentrate on employment for people in the neurodivergent community. And today we'd like to welcome you to the webinar Love on the Spectrum Casting. That is our special focus is on casting. And we've got Ashley Morgan and Chelsea Darnell who will be guiding us through this journey. A little bit about autism and entertainment, like I said, to increase employment of work-ready autistic talent in the entertainment industry by expanding employment priorities to embrace neuro inclusion, enhancing the autism brand by demonstrating the skills and talents of all of you folks, and sharing resources and networking and organizations that can help you make your goals, achieve your goals, and showcase your talent in the best light, and enable the talent to successfully navigate career paths. And we would love to encourage everyone to become an official member of Autism and Entertainment. So we do have operating costs and expenses here. So the membership program is one way that we can use to defray those costs and offer more things to you. And we have individual memberships, which is just like what it sounds for the person who wants to partake in all of our programs and special initiatives. We often do studio tours and we offer one-on-one consultations with members of the community, the entertainment community who are very established, and sometimes they will have special office hours and things like that, and we open that up to the membership first. So we have individual memberships. You get a slight discount if you subscribe for a whole year at once. And we also have memberships for educational partners. So we deeply love and respect and collaborate with our educational partners like Spectrum Laboratory, Exceptional Minds, JDS Creative Academy. We have about 22 of them. So we offer those memberships for educational institutions and businesses. So we have a few, you've probably heard of the Disney Company. They are one of our esteemed business members. Also, La Femme Film Festival and Journey Through the Senses. Those are business members of ours, and they support us in a variety of different ways. So we encourage those memberships as well. We have a video. This is a 1-minute video that we would like to share with you. This is for the upcoming LDI conference. So Autism and Entertainment is participating in a conference called Live Design International. It happens in Las Vegas in the first weekend in December. And this is a new thing that we are participating in. And we created a little overview trailer of Autism and Entertainment to show at the conference. And also, if you would like information on how you might be able to attend for free, feel free to message me afterwards or in the chat, and I'll make a note of it and connect with you afterwards, because we do have some perks to offer to our members. The conference is in Las Vegas, but if you're able to get yourself there, you can be the recipient of all kinds of cool free stuff and attractions and wonderful treasure from LDI International. So let me play the trailer and then I'll be done.
I've always wanted to check this out. LDI in Vegas. It's kind of a no-brainer, right? The industry's biggest names, cutting-edge gear, all in one place. And I'm overdue for some inspiration. Could be a game changer. Worst case, I walk away with some fresh ideas. But networking alone could open doors I didn't even know existed.
Okay, thank you.
From the moment I put my badge on, it's on. Biggest names in the industry will be there. Designers, tech innovators, production pros. If I want to level up, this is where I need to be. And then the show floor opens. That first moment, lights flashing, sound pumping, massive displays everywhere. It's like stepping into the future of live production. Every booth has something insane to check out. And gotta make it out. Oh, in a round. Lighting rigs, cutting edge visuals, tech I didn't even know existed. It was right nice. I can get hands on with the latest gear, see mind blowing designs in action, and pick up tricks from the best in the business. I could sit in on a live demo, learn something that changes the way I work. Or maybe I meet the right person at the right time. One conversation could open a door I didn't even know existed. And the networking, that alone could make the trip worth it. Big ideas, new connections, and let's be real, it's Vegas. Even if I just walk away inspired, that's a win. But what if I walk away with something bigger, a new connection, a way to advance my career? Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, the end. That's the end of the slide presentation. And Ashley, you're on. Well,
Awesome.
Ashley and Chelsea, this is the Ashley and Chelsea show because
Yeah.
they are the crew of Love on the Spectrum, who are the authorities on this subject. So please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us here today. Thank you everyone for being here. Yeah, so I'm a casting and field producer on Love on the Spectrum. This is my second season. And I've worked in film and TV for about 10 years now, but this is definitely my dream job. So happy to be working on this show. And yeah, and so we're just here today. I'll let Chelsea introduce herself as well, but we're just here today to give you a brief, overview of the casting process and answer any questions you guys may have super informally. And yeah, and Chelsea, anything you want to say about yourself?
Yes. So my name is Chelsea Darnell, for those who do not know me. I am a casting associate producer for the Netflix show Love on the Spectrum. Uh, I joined the crew in their second season. And I am currently I am the only, at least for I am the only autistic person on the staff at the moment. We're a small crew. Yeah, not a bad thing at all, but I happen to be on the spectrum like all of you guys here. And so I use that expertise as an autistic person in my job. Essentially my job is I'm a recruiter in a sense. So what I do is I reach out to various organizations or people and try to get them over to the show as potential cast, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Chelsea's very connected. She always brings in amazing people to the show that maybe hadn't, submitted or reached out on their own. So we're so grateful to Chelsea for doing that. And yeah, and so kind of the process, which we're starting now for a potential fifth season. It's not 100% confirmed yet, but we are starting the process for casting for season 5. And what we do is we kind of reach out to organizations like yours, send out our flyer, and just really try to get people to send them, a little bit about themselves in if they're interested. We love talking to anyone that's interested in talking to us. You don't even have to be on the spectrum. If you want to chat with us, we'll happily, email back and forth with you and also potentially set up a Zoom call. And yeah, and so once we get that information from people on our production email, which I'll put in the chat, and also I'll put my personal email in there as well. But yeah, once we get information about each person and, if they're interested in dating, then we'll typically set up a Zoom call. And that's also very informal. It's about 5 to 10 minutes. And just kind of find out where you are in your dating journey. Even if you've never dated before, totally fine. As long as you're interested in dating, we love to chat with you. And yeah, and we just like to hear about everyone's story. There's no hard and fast rules for us. We are super interested in talking to everybody. So, and yeah, and Chelsea, anything you want to say?
Yeah, well, first of all, I tend to I love when people ask questions. So if you have a question that you'd like to write in the chat, Ashley and I would be more than happy to answer it as best we can.
And then yeah, and so once we've chatted with people, oh, I see a question. Okay, so how long does this whole dating thing on the show essentially work essentially? So yeah, so we have like a filming period for about a couple months out of the year. So, we'll usually talk to people before that and sort of get an idea of who we're going to film with. And then during the filming period, it can change. There's not a set period, but it's usually a couple months. We will, go and it will only be you know, a couple hours a day for like a 2-day commitment maximum at a time. So, when we're starting off, we'll do, a couple hours a day, like do some interviews and then possibly film with the family or a date. And then, if everything works out and we continue filming, then we will come back, say probably like a couple weeks or maybe a month later. And so we film a couple times over that period. So it's not a super huge time commitment, which a lot of people I think it might be, but it's only, it could be as little as, a 2-hour commitment if if you're a datee on the show. So it's not a super huge time commitment, I would say, compared to other shows. Let's see.
Questions are rolling in.
Yeah. When will we start getting back to those we've interviewed? So we're just starting these last couple weeks to chat with people. Probably for this current season. If you don't hear from us by the end of January, that may mean we're not able to film with you this season. So and since it's not confirmed yet for a fifth season, we may, it may take a little bit more time, but if we've chatted with you and you haven't heard from us, you can always email us and check in. But just because we're talking to so many people, we're not always able to get back to everyone, that we've talked to. What exactly do you want to know about each person? Yeah, that's a great question. So, we just start with basic, facts about you. So, like name, age, and where you live. And then we start to ask about why you're interested in this experience, why you're interested in dating, if you're interested in dating in general. And then, yeah, Chelsea, go ahead.
Well, the other thing I want to say is that it helps to be as specific with the people you're being interviewed by as possible. So if you are you have it is so like I see one comment from my buddy Robert here that is super specific. And my advice to you is you should be that specific with the people you're interviewing because that will help them find a potential match for you if they so decide you are good for the show.
Oh, one more thing, like my match should be like Armenian, like they can be they can have autism, they can have autism or they can have autism, but like the what they should what at least they should be Armenian, yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, like, just know this isn't an official interview, but Robert, you did a really good example of how a typical interview would go. So if you're interviewing for the show, you should be as specific about what you want as possible. The next question, we have another question too. And then it says, where did the idea from Love on the Spectrum come from? Was it idea from the show The Bachelor? I think I can maybe answer this one.
Oh, you have the answer. Okay, go
I
ahead.
think I know the answer because
I think you do.
I think Kian told it to me once. So Kian, who created the Australian version, which actually is the original, basically he was initially, I believe, doing a show about job opportunities for people on the spectrum. But then he saw that a lot of that there, and there's a lot of job services for people in Australia that are on the spectrum, but he noticed that there was a lack of services for people that wanted relationships in Australia. And so he decided to explore this. And that ultimately led to the show that you guys see on Netflix today.
That's exactly right.
And then we have there's another question. I think we answered Robert's.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
says,
yeah.
it says, what are people paid for? What are people paid for being on the show? Ashley, I think you can maybe answer this one.
I don't know the exact amount, but they are paid us a daily stipend for the show. And we make sure that nobody, even, even if they're not a main participant, nobody goes out of pocket. So I don't know the exact amount, but I can find that out.
Does it maybe
But
depend on what their role is? Like the people who are the regular daters maybe get a
yeah,
certain amount?
so I don't know. Yeah, so the main participants are paid like a daily rate, a daily stipend, and I'm pretty sure the datees are as well, but it might differ. But I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you on that. Um, and then the next question. Oops, I went the wrong direction. How do Lot's crew feel about pre-existing couples and potentially showcasing them already established and trying to navigate other things single or new couples navigate? Yeah, so we are looking more for single people, but we're never closed off to anything. So we are happy to chat with couples, and it just kind of, like depends on the stories maybe that are shaping up for the new season. So we're never 100% closed off, but just because the structure of our show is sort of like people meeting for the first time on camera, that is sort of our format. But we do talk to couples. I did interview Mallory actually, and Mallory's partner. So yeah, we're not closed off to it for sure. Like people can still write in that are in a couple. How do I get on Love on the Spectrum? Okay, well, great general question. Yeah, so you just start with emailing our email. Let me put that in the chat right now. And I'll put our flyer in there as well. But yeah, just start by emailing a little bit about yourself, a paragraph, and also a photo, just so we can know a little bit about you and sort of keep it in our files. And then we will set up a Zoom call with you. Chelsea, do you want to take the next one while I'm putting this?
Thanks, Ashley. Ashley, thank you.
What's the next question?
Okay, the next question is, let's go to, as many people on the spectrum are sensitive to light sounds, what kind of accommodations do you make for your subjects when filming? Also, do you consider having people with neurodevelopmental differences on the show or on the team? Yes, definitely. We're super, well, I guess I can answer that. We're super conscious, and every step throughout the process, we ask, what sort of accommodations people need, what sensitivities they have. We take that super seriously and take note of that. And yes, we also do have people with other neurodevelopmental differences already on the show and on our team as well. Maybe not necessarily other people that are we actually do have people that are both on the spectrum, neurodivergent and neurotypical on the team. Let's see. Chelsea, do you want to answer this? Does being on the show lead to other opportunities in entertainment? If one is
Yes,
an
I can
actor
answer this one, and I'm going to give a very brutally honest answer, because that's what we autistic people do. So the thing is, I've heard this question many times, and I'm going to tell you that a lot of people who submit for that reason, you are less likely probably to get on the show because they want to see people that are genuinely interested in finding love. If you are only in it for the television, you are probably not going to get on the show. That's just me. That's just my loving honesty. If you are in it genuinely for love, however, and you're really passionate, that is more likely to get you on the show. If that hopefully, I don't sound too harsh, but I always want to make the expectations realistic for anybody that submits.
Chelsea has a unique perspective because she comes from a family that's very experienced in reality TV. And so please, everyone, pay attention to what she says because she knows this. And I would say for a lot of reality shows, that is true. If you're just going on, just look at me, I want to be an actor, that's not appealing because it's a reality show. It's supposed to reflect the the wider population. Would you agree with that, Chelsea? That
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, but especially for a show like Love on the Spectrum. So for Kian, my boss, he calls it the reason it's called a documentary series and not a reality show is because he wants to show the authenticity of the participants, if that makes any sense.
oh yeah, authenticity, very important, very important.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, a lot of us here are interested in entertainment too. So that's not like totally, that's not against you, of course. Like,
No, but that's why I say it because I've heard it many times and I always try to set people up for the right. I want people to know exactly what they're getting into.
yeah, definitely. It's great if you are interested in dating. That is definitely one of the top things that we care about. And let's see. Where did I leave off? I just sent the email in the chat. By the way, I sent my personal email as well. So you guys feel free to email the general email, but me too. And okay, it says, what if you are single? Is there a place there to display that people need help finding the people they love? I might need more clarification on that, but yeah, if you are single, that is great for if you're interested in applying for the show for sure. Yeah, I think I see people's hands up too in the chat. Is it Savage? Is that how you say your name? If you want to say it out loud, or you can write it in the chat. Also, Robert, I see you have your hand up. I see Robert also wrote, can being on the show lead to other opportunities? And oh, wait, is that the same? It's kind of a different question, but opportunities in entertainment for writers, artists, directors, producers, showrunners, game designers, comics, games, toys, live action. Well, I mean, I definitely think that's possible. I don't know of it's kind of a young show. I think people are still, coming off of it and seeing where their careers take them, but definitely a lot of people have had really great opportunities, I think, after being on the show.
I would say the answer is yes, but do not go on the show because of those opportunities. Go on the show because you want to find love. And then
Yes,
let the opportunity the opportunities are more of just something that just like happens. But what makes the show, I believe, work so well, uh, is it works much better if you are on it. Um, do not go on simply to promote yourself. Go on because you want to find a relationship. That's all I could say. For any related questions, that is the answer I'm going to give every time.
yeah, can I add to something? The main reason
Yeah.
I'm here is actually to find love, like to find a girlfriend, and like yeah, in my first comment, like when I was really specific about like what I want, well, the girlfriend I wanted, like an Armenian girlfriend who could be who may or may not be have autism, and like who may have autism, like they may be neurotypical or like, and yeah, I want to like eventually like get married with the girl and like have 3 kids, including a somewhat autism, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great that that's your number one thing that you want. And yeah, and it's great that you're so specific, Robert. That's
Yeah.
exactly what we're looking for people when they write in to
Yeah.
be. And then I
This is for
see,
like my this is for my life, like for my I know for my career what I want to do, but like yeah, this show is for my life. Yeah.
great. Okay, great. I see some more hands up. I see Christian's hand up and Sarah. Christian, do you want to go first?
My question is for you, Ashley. Do you know if most of the cast have gone to podcasts to experience the show and their relationships?
The have gone on to podcasts afterwards, you mean,
Correct.
after being on the show? I don't know. I do know a couple of the cast have or their families have podcasts and they've been on podcasts. To and I don't know if they have talked about their relationships much more on those, but can you clarify a little bit for me? What you're asking?
If being on podcasts um, after the show, making it
Oh,
more better.
making it easier for them to find people.
Yes.
Definitely, I don't know about dating wise, but at least friendship wise, I know they meet so many people through their appearances and people reach out to them online and they're amazing. They're so responsive. And I definitely think it's connected a lot of people after being on the show for sure. Sarah, did you have a question?
Oh, I just wanted to let everybody know that in addition to based on your last question, in addition to the amazing resources that in autism in entertainment and everybody has there are places like Real Abilities and so many other fantastic organizations. So if you are interested, and like Exceptional Minds, if you are interested in pursuing different careers in the or in entertainment, there are so many great organizations and opportunities and really supportive people and places to go. So, do work with teams like this and you're in a great place.
Yeah, yeah. If you have questions about working in entertainment, definitely Autism in Entertainment, Real Abilities is a great resource for you guys for sure.
Yeah, and if you look at the list of our educational partners for autism and entertainment, so it's on the website, and there's a special portal. You click through the couple of tabs, and you can see all the educational partners that we have. And Exceptional Minds is one of those. Thank you, Sarah, for mentioning the resources because those are very important to the whole community.
Yes. And okay, I have another question here. Earlier this year, there was a form to appear as a potential date for someone in the Bay Area. And last I checked, the form was still available. Uh-oh, that shouldn't be. But it sounds like season forecasting is all done. I will check on that. Thank you for pointing that out. Noah, can you tell me where you saw that? Is it on the Netflix website?
Well, actually, I don't at the at this very moment. I actually don't
That's okay. No worries.
have
Well,
evidence available, but
I'll take a look at that. But
I
if
think
you,
I was like emailed about it. I got
I'll take a
I
look
got a
at
link
it.
to it via an email earlier in the year.
If
I,
you're
I can't find that
interested,
email right now, but
that's okay. If you're interested in applying just to the show in general, just feel free to email the email that I put in the chat, and that's also on the flyer. And
Actually,
that's
the email's the same on the flyer, right?
yeah, it is the
So
same.
even though season 4 is not what's being cast for right now, that email is still accurate for general submissions.
Yes, exactly. And then cool. And then for the interview, will we be asked personal questions or just general questions? Yeah, so I just usually ask very general questions, and you can feel free to be as personal as you would like to be, you know? Obviously, we like when people are like specific. But you know, you feel free to go into however much detail you want to. It's a very brief, also Zoom chat that's only about 5 to 10 minutes with each person just to get a good idea of everyone. And then if we were, you know, deciding to move forward, then we might do another one. But yeah, it's very brief and informal. And you don't have to get super personal if you don't want to. It's whatever you want. Um, let's see. I would like to join Love on the Spectrum show. I'm single, autistic, and have one friend. I would love to learn dating skills and get along with others. Also, being on the show can make me famous, help me find a full-time job with benefits, or give me other opportunities in the industry. Yeah, I mean, definitely that comes with being on the show. But again, I think you can find a lot of those resources, like we were saying, with autism and entertainment, real abilities. Chelsea, go ahead.
So I don't know where you are from. Oh, hi, Devin. Oh, I don't know where you are from, Peter. But I'll tell you what I do for my job because I think that'll be relevant. So essentially, the way I do my job is everything I do is when I'm looking for people, I always am looking for nonprofits in the specific area that the person is from. And I would do much the same because you will find that there are a lot more resources in your area than you think. But it might take a couple of Google searches to get there, but it is the best way to do it. So you could say autism social skills near me for young adults. And so it takes a lot of Google searches. So even though my job is technically what I do for casting, you can do it for yourself too. So you can almost, I like to think of it as almost like you're casting yourself for like a not it's like I the method I used for casting is the same method I would encourage everybody to use when they're looking for nonprofits in their geographic area, if that makes any sense.
Yep, that's totally right. Yeah, I know. And it's hard because I wish that we could, you know, I wish that, you know, we were the resource for like everybody, but it is so location based. So yeah, if you have a location, go ahead, Chelsea.
Oh, sorry. No, no, no. But I want people to know that like a lot of people sign up for the show not realizing it's a show. They sign up for it thinking that it's a dating service, and some people even sign up thinking that it's the only way that they can date on the spectrum. None of that is true. There are many ways an autistic person can find love beyond this show. As much as I adore this show and promote it, there are other ways to find it. And ironically, those ways are how I find the people in the first place. I find them through nonprofits like this one. I find them through various regional centers. I find them through places you wouldn't think to find them. So sometimes there's like certain companies, certain, college clubs, and there are surprising ways you can meet people, and it's the same way that I find people when I'm doing casting.
You're listening to someone that's very knowledgeable in her field, you guys.
And also Devin is an alum of the show too. So he knows what he's
Yes.
talking about as well. Welcome,
Yeah.
Devin.
Hi, sorry everyone. I've been in so many meetings right now. But what I think a lot of you might not know is that I actually have I know firsthand of what casting is like when I was on the show for the first two seasons. And that's actually where I first met Chelsea when she came on to the Love on the Spectrum crew back in God, 2023, was it? All those years ago. It's wild.
That's right.
But I really wanted to just stop in just because Marlene told me about this seminar, and I just wanted to just come on and just extend all of my appreciation for all of you wanting to apply to be on the show. It's a show that I think for all of us, regarding whether or not you have been on, whether you're a main cast member like Abby Romeo or David Isaacman or Connor Tomlinson, or whether you're a supporting cast member, in this case myself. But it's really been an amazing experience, and I will say Chelsea's absolutely right. Thousands of people have actually applied to be on the show, but I will say this show, as wonderful as it is not the only way to find love. And one thing that Chelsea and Ashley are doing, which, by the way, hi Ashley, it's nice to see you
Hi,
again.
you too.
They go to several events or several community groups. In fact, I think I caught you guys checking out our booth at our SavaCon booth at our AIE conference back in 2024. But in all honesty, being on the show myself, I will say it definitely changes your life in so many different ways, but it is not the only way to find love. I found love outside the show, going strong now for 4 years, and it's something that I would really one thing that I would actually recommend for all of you is that when you're auditioning to be a part of the show, don't afraid to, stick with your intuitions, and don't be afraid to just stick with what makes you you. A lot of people these days, from what I have seen, just even being on the show, sometimes they go into the audition, but they stick away from who they really are. The casting team is always looking for authentic people that are always being themselves, and that's what attracts them to being on the show. I don't know if that may help with maybe if that helps with anything, Chelsea or Ashley, that maybe you're trying to answer. Just from
Yeah.
my own
Answers it perfectly.
So amazing.
Perfectly.
You are a spokesperson for the show, Devin. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you,
Hi,
Devin.
Devin.
And Devin is very active in autism and entertainment as well.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. He's even on our Monday meetings because he's part of Zavicon, which is an employment agency. Is that what you would call it? Or resource?
Yes, yes. So, Savicon is actually a neurodiverse and disability recruiting firm. I actually have a fun story. I actually started this job literally the same week that season two, my second season of the show, actually premiered. So, as you can imagine, that was probably one of the busiest weeks I've ever had.
Yeah. And wasn't it close to the conference too? It was right
Yes,
around the last year, the
yes.
conference.
3 months after I was brought on to Savicon, we had our AIE conference. So, as
Wow.
you can imagine, yeah, my life was kind of an absolute professional back to back to back over the last several months. But I don't have a lot of time just because I am busy with my job. But I wanted to come on here just to, express how awesome it is and say hello to my friends, Chelsea and Ashley, for what they do for the show. Because people think all the time that it's just the cast that runs it. It is not. If you guys actually see what goes on behind the scenes, they are the real MVPs.
Oh, thank you. No, I mean, honestly, it's such a team effort, and we are so grateful for everyone involved, like you, Devin. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Devin.
Thanks, Devin.
Thank
Um,
you.
let's see. Okay, so we have a couple more questions. Jacob, did you have your hand raised?
Yes, Ashley. Thank you so much.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was still typing though, but I feel a little nervous if we go out on a date for the first time without parents. I mean, does your body feel very shaking at first, and
Yeah.
then you start to feel better after you go out.
Totally understandable. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it can definitely be nerve-wracking for people on the show. And we definitely work with everyone for whatever needs they have. I'm sure It just depends. But, I know some people, their family has been there just behind the scenes, not on camera, in case they need support or, but we do try to work with everyone and whatever support they need, when we are filming the show, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, I always feel the heart that's pumping inside.
Yeah, definitely. It can be nerve-wracking, but I think that, those are the moments where you grow and learn, right? But
Yeah.
obviously never want to make someone feel uncomfortable or too nervous.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I just wanted to feel more attractive and always had to be very positive, not in the negative side.
Yeah, that's great.
Can
And
I?
then, oh yeah, go ahead, Chelsea.
Yes, go ahead, Chelsea.
I highly advise, you should honestly just be yourself. Don't feel like you have to, hopefully this makes sense. Don't feel like you have to conform to somebody else's idea of what a relationship is supposed to look like. If you need your parents there on a date, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's plenty of, girls on the spectrum who are in the exact same situation.
Oh yeah.
That being said, the other thing I'll say is that um, if you do end up wanting to be on the show, not only do you have to want to date, but you also have to be comfortable with being filmed. If you're
Yeah.
not comfortable with being filmed, then it might not always be the best thing, might not be the best thing to be on the show. So those are things to consider before you go. But if you decide you do want to be on the show and you are comfortable being on camera, then they will accommodate you every step of the way.
Many thanks, Chelsea. This will be fascinating.
No problem.
Yeah. Mallory, did you have another question? I see your hands raised.
Hi, I do have a question. Um, are you guys possibly planning a spin-off show with couples on the spectrum?
Not to my knowledge. But obviously I don't know all the secrets, but not currently. We're just, talking to everybody that is interested in talking to us. So, yeah. Savage, I see that you have your hand raised again.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear you well. It was choppy, so I decided to go out and get something to drink or whatever and come back.
Yeah.
And that's why I also put it in chat to respond via chat just in case I wasn't able to hear you well.
Oh, yeah.
And my
Yeah.
question was, what if you're single and you don't have a hard time finding people? Would that also be part of the show as well? Because you don't have a date or having one you were able to find out.
Chelsea, you want to answer?
Sure, I
Also,
would say the answer is I like to say there's a yes, but. Let's see if basically, the whole point for Love on the Spectrum is that they want single people. We want people that are single that want to find love. That being said, and I cannot stress this enough, if you sometimes there are plenty of opportunities for people on the spectrum to date, but they might not be under the name dating. So what I would highly recommend is look for a nonprofit near you, look for social mixers, look for like something, your local, like a regional center depending on where you're from, or like a vocational center. Because because the way I find the dates don't grow on trees. The dates are ultimately found through different nonprofits like this one. And so I would actually explore the nonprofits that are near you, the public services that are near you. And then if you want to be on the show just because you think it would be a cool experience to find love that way, then that's great too. But just know that we are not the last resort. We are a really cool, exciting option, but we are not the last resort and we are not the only option.
also, Zav kind of hasn't responded to me yet about finding work. And also, is it okay for me to have your LinkedIn contacts as well, just in case,
Yeah, yeah. So
or your email contacts?
I don't
Either
have
one.
yeah, I put my email in there. I'll put it in again. I don't have a LinkedIn actually anymore,
Okay.
but
I
let
also
me,
shared my contacts as well, just in case you want to
great.
reach anyone which want to reach out to me.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is that, anyone that is interested in actually applying for the show, yeah, please email me after this meeting and just like make a note that you were in this Zoom. And just, yeah, please email me directly because it's just hard for me because I'm kind of fielding hundreds of people writing in, but if you email me directly, then I can attend to it faster for sure.
And how are you getting subsidized? How were you able to start the program? That's like a big nice accomplishment.
Working, how did I start on the show?
Yeah, how did you bring the show to life? So
Well,
that sounds
I
good.
am just hired on the show, but to talk about work in entertainment, I was working on some other documentary and unscripted shows. And you know what? I wrote an email to Kian directly saying how much I love the show, why I love the show, and he hired me. So that was pretty cool. So
Ashley, that's a magnificent story. I hope everyone paid attention to that because as Autism and Entertainment is an organization that promotes employment, we have a lot of folks that come to us and ask, how do I get hired in the entertainment industry? And oh my God, you're doing it and in such a, a creative but yet not fancy way. It's just
yeah.
cold
Yeah.
emailing, cold
Marlene,
messaging.
Marlene, should I tell the story of how I got hired?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because I think it'll be relevant because I'm on the spectrum too. But basically, I work for a nonprofit, and Sean and Kian, who are like the main like producer, who are Kian's the creator, Sean's one of the main producers. They came to the nonprofit that I'm involved with, and wanted to, meet people. And initially, they interviewed me to be on the show as a potential participant, but I already knew I didn't want to be on as a participant because I didn't want my personal life on display for Netflix. But I did say, I'll work for you guys if you'll let me. And somehow I got the job that I got. But also, the people that at the nonprofit that I work for, they also made sure to fight for me. So make sure you have an advocate to really pump you up and make sure to say, hey, this person's really good at what they do.
So
Yes,
cool.
that is magnificent. So just speaking up, self-advocacy. I think that's the takeaway here. Don't be afraid to say what you want and good things can happen.
Definitely. I think I see one more question maybe from Robert.
Yeah, I already made like my email for the female to be on this show, and like it's not like one paragraph, it's a bunch being like really specific about like what I want from the show and like what I want to get out of the show, and like yeah, I have to email you, Ashley, and like
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to email me directly, I just put it in the chat again. And so that would be awesome.
I think I did, like it's for like the production company, and should I email you both, you and the production company?
Yeah, you can email both, definitely.
Right. So yeah, another thing I put more details, but like another thing I want with my girlfriend is probably like oh, how do I put this, like bedtime?
Uh, an intimate relationship,
Yeah,
maybe?
intimate, like sorry, like if this is what it
Yeah.
means to you.
Yeah, I mean, and that's important to some people, and to some people, they don't want physical intimacy, and so that's important to specify those things. But we can also talk about those on the Zoom as well if you don't want to put it in an email. But yeah, but thank you for specifying that, Robert.
Yeah. So basically, how do I put this? Yeah, well, I want to be willing to try this since like I don't know how this is going to work, but we can start by trying, and like we'll see if it goes well, we can keep doing it kind of commonly, yeah.
Well, yeah. So, Robert, so we're going to talk. We're still, okay. So, this is kind of something that I tell everyone at the beginning of the call and the end of the call. But, so yeah, we still aren't 100% confirmed for another season yet. We are still just talking to people for a potential new season. But, even if it, since we are talking to hundreds of people all around the country, we may or may not be able to film with, everybody. We only get to film with a handful of people every season. So just keep that in mind, but once we've like had the initial Zoom with you and we kind of have you in our files, we can always go back to you and consider you in the future. And you never know if we do think maybe there's a good match in the area for you, we could contact you as a datee or something if it doesn't work out, for this time. So, we're super flexible and but we just want to keep expectations, realistic that we only get to film with a very small number of people.
Yeah, and one thing, like my area is like Glendale, California. Like they serve this area too.
Okay, cool. Great.
They
Yeah,
can work in
yeah.
this
No,
area too.
so we go wherever our cast members are. We'll go anywhere in the United States.
Oh, good. Yeah. So yeah, I got my email and like well, it's like a bunch of paragraphs with my like with very specific like I would in my email right interview and like with the my picture of myself. So like
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll send it to you and the production team and hopefully I hear back from you. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely will hear back from me. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys all so much. It was so great getting to talk with everyone about this. And again, yeah, I'll put it in one more time, both my email and the production email. Just email those two and a little paragraph about yourself and a picture. And the instructions are on this file that I will also add.
I just want to say, for anybody who's worried about like that, who worries that this show is their only option, for dating, please know that it is not. There are all kinds of ways to meet people. Look for your no local nonprofits, look for meetup groups, get creative because that's what I do. Because that's actually how I find dates for people in the first place is through looking these kinds of things up. So get creative. Um, but if you do want to be on the show, be in it because you want to find love. It will be a very rewarding experience. If you do so want to be on the show and to be on the show for authentic, genuine purposes, if that makes any sense. Hopefully I worded that correctly.
You did. That was amazing. Definitely.
Excellent advice.
I see one more question that I'll just answer really quickly too. Says, people are so articulate on the show. Do you rehearse with scripts to support that performance? No, this is
Nope.
an unscripted show. There's no scripts. Yeah, no, all of
People
our
speak
cast
from the
members.
heart. Everything you hear
Yes.
is from the heart.
Yes, all of our cast members are very articulate and no scripting happening.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank
Well,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley and Chelsea. This has been a beautiful tribute to love on the spectrum and to love in general. Quite
Thank you for
frankly.
having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. We might
Thanks
need
so
to do a
much, ladies.
follow-up.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yay.
glad we were able to meet together, and hopefully, maybe I'll take a look at the show, and maybe I might see you guys on screen one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not on screen. I'm just crew. But you guys could be on screen one day. I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Many
you.
thanks, ladies.
Take care,
Thank you very
everybody.
much.
Bye.